It's Disney Detonation coming at you from the Transformative Content Fair Use Studios in New Jersey. And today I'm going to do a review of Secret Invasion. I might go back and forth and call it Secret Wars because I'm an idiot. And there's two different comic books in Marvel. There's Secret Wars and Secret Invasion, and my brain is kind of cooked. I've been out in the sun all day long. I was at a county fair today with my family. Consequently, my daughter won first prize in an art contest. Was pretty happy about. And you can see, I think I'm looking a little sunburned here. I'm a little hurting. My head's a little sunburned. You know, yeah, you get that loopy, weird feeling after you've been in the sun all day long. You're just like, Arr. But I figured I haven't done any videos in like 2 or 3 days, and I want to just keep pumping out as much content as I can. Even if this is going to suck, I'm still putting it out. Even if I'm not happy with it, I'm still putting it out. So, on to the Secret Invasion review. Also, it's Saturday the 29th. It's about 6:22. It's been a long day, so it's cheers. Time for a little cocktail. That'll help the sunburn. God. So anyway, a lot of people. All right. Well, first there'll be two versions of my review for Secret Invasion. Wow, I remembered it. One will be a spoiler free, and one will be full of spoilers. So here's the first review that's not full of spoilers.
It stinks.
Yeah, that's right. It stinks. It stinks, and I consider myself a moderately informed comic book person. I mean, and I have friends that are just like,
Get those nerds! Nerds!
Yeah, I mean, they're really, really into it. They've been collecting for decades. They have rooms dedicated to paraphernalia and et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, Excelsior! It's Excelsior, exactly. So, I was texting my friend, and we text quite a bit, of course, because he's my friend. So here is the latest text that he about Secret Invasion. You can't see it because I am too big. So let me make myself small. Pew. The magic of technology. So the first texts have nothing to really do with what I'm about to go into. So the first text was, I couldn't believe camp started because I'm a season's ticket holder for the Giants, and we go to games together sometimes. And the summer's just flying by. It's just, and this is my favorite time of the year in New Jersey. I mean, from now until the end of October is really a lot of fun in this area. After that, things get not so much fun as far as the weather goes, but we're not talking about that. So this is what he says. I don't really have time to discuss this because I'm super busy at work, but Secret Invasion really sucked and damaged the MCU, and I love loving this stuff. Yeah, this is a guy who even liked She-Hulk, which was a total, in my opinion, dumpster fire. And so I'm interested. I'm like, because I'm not happy that things are the way they are. I'm pissed, and as you can see here, I'm pissed. And then I follow up by saying, listen, I'd really like to hear your opinions on this, because he's like, when it comes to this kind of stuff, he's a human encyclopedia. And this is what's really, look, I didn't even realize it after I watched the last episode, but these comic book people are rip pissed that they created this character, this out of multiple different supervillains and superheroes. So it sucked. It was boring, and killed Maria Hill, who I'm not sure. I think she takes Nick Fury's place in the comic book, the actual Marvel world. And for no reason created a character with no comic book equal who is so overpowered that it's ridiculous. So they created it like almost an undefeatable, like a god character. So of course I just cut and paste what he said and then put the heart on it, which because yeah, that's me. So whatever, deal with it. So anyway, so I'm always under the impression that they don't follow the canon, and they like love it. They stick it in your face, like with Thor: Love and Thunder. I can't remember the Takiti, whatever the director's name. He's like, I'm going to take your canon and your lore and wipe my butt with it and laugh while I do it. And I don't know if, I mean, at the time, Thor: Love and Thunder, I thought was the absolute worst movie to come out of Disney in years. I haven't seen the new Indiana Jones movie yet, but all the reviews I've read it's just garbage. It's terrible, and I'm not going to go to the theater to see it. I'll wait till it comes out on Disney Plus, or I'll rent it or watch it, on Amazon. So one of my things with them just playing around with all the lore, all the canon of Marvel is what they did to Nick Fury as far as how he got his eye patch, how his eye got damaged or destroyed, or however you want to put it. So, and this is coming from the Marvel website itself. Let me make myself a little smaller. Technology, check it out. And so there's three iterations of how he got his eye damaged and removed. So one was in the Sergeant Fury comic book series, where he gets his eye blown out in World War II from a grenade. Then there's the Nick Fury Jr. The character's been around, like, I think for six decades or 60 years or more than that. 60 years is six decades. I digress. So he gets his eye removed by a protagonist called Orion, which had killed his mother. This is Nick Fury Jr. Then there's another iteration where Nick Fury is transporting Weapon X in Kuwait and then gets ambushed and then loses his eye in an explosion in the ambush. So these are the three iterations of canon. You can go on the Marvel website and look for yourself. And this is what the Marvel Studios decided to do as far as removing Nick Fury's eyes. So here you go, a space cat, or they call it a flarn or flarf or something. I mean, and then so I read up. I'm like, why would they do this? And so the producers, the showrunners, the writers, they were like, well, we're going to do something kitschy and comical. I mean, it's just like this is the mindset of these idiots to take this character who's this quote unquote tough as nails military guy and have his eye removed by a kitty cat. I mean, this is why you're failing. This is why you stink. Okay, it's really irritating to me. So then the last two episodes of Secret Invasion is kind of where everything fell apart for me. As a half, not even like I can't hold a candle to the knowledge of comic book knowledge that my friend Brian has and a bunch of other people that he's associated with. So in the second to last episode, Gravik, who's the protagonist, is he is ambushed a presidential convoy in Russia with a cadre, with like a military task force, or however you want to call it, like not even a battalion, not even a platoon. So like whatever. So they come in, they blow up the president's car, which is overturned. The president's knocked out, trapped inside the car, and Gravik sends one of his minions over to kill Talos, who is the good guy. So the Secret Invasion is essentially a sequel to Captain Marvel. So if you haven't seen that, then some of these things might not translate for you. But anyway, so he sends him over to shoot Talos. This is him. This is the view he has. I mean, look at this. Everyone's downrange here. He's got like headshots all over the place. He can throw a grenade in there and kill everyone. So he manages to give Talos a flesh wound, and then we have this brilliant scene. So let me just play it. Let me just play this real quick.
He's a bloody alien! He's trying to get to Richard!
No, hold your fire! He's with me! He's with us!
Oh my god. And this is Samuel L. Jackson. Terrible. I mean, even the acting is from an accomplished actor. I guess maybe he's channeling Snakes on a Plane. I don't know. So finally, they managed to get the president out, because Talos is banging on the car door window with one hand while he's injured, while there's a ton of people around him who can't figure out any other way to get the president out of the car. I mean, this is like insulting to our intelligence, or at least to mine, I feel. So then the next, well, I'm not sure if this was before this retarded nonsense or after, but then you have this. Here's another thing. Like I'm new to all this. I don't know what I can and can't get away with as far as what's copyrighted. So I figured maybe a couple still shots and like 30 seconds of content from the film that I could show and not get copyright struck, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I didn't research anything or look anything up. So yeah, I'm an idiot, but I want to play this anyway. So yeah, so now he's got the powers of Groot. So from the other scene where you see the soldier who's like, kill Talos, kill that alien, and then the brilliant acting from Samuel Jackson's like, no, he's one of us. So Gravik becomes that soldier who wanted to kill Talos. He's got Talos. He's walking up to Nick Fury, who, by the way, I forgot to mention this. They free the president. Nick Fury is taking the president away. All the Secret Service people, all the people that are there are like, all right, we'll take him. Nick Fury's like, no, I got this. Presses a button and all the car doors open on his SUV. So Gravik has Talos, shoots him in front of Nick Fury. Nick Fury's like, freaks out, and then shoots Gravik. Shoots him in the chest and in the head. So then it turns out that Gravik also has the Mandarin's power, his healing powers. So Gravik has Mandarin and Groot's powers, but yet he still needs like a cadre of military people to get the president, which he didn't do. I mean, they kind of like go like explain it off in like offhandedly later on, where he's, well, you let Fury go, and he's like, well, it's all part of my plan, which is ridiculous. So then it gets even worse. It just goes from bad to worse. So the last episode you have, it starts out with Nick Fury. So it turns out that Gravik was he was part of this project where they did something called the Harvest. They went, which I explained earlier, where they got all the DNA from supervillains and Avengers and superheroes and created this. It's in this ampule of all their DNA. So Nick Fury goes and gets the DNA at this graveyard in Finland, and then proceeds to go get his leather trench coat, his eye patch, and his gun from a mausoleum. And each of these accoutrements, each of these pieces of his costume, are in separate vaults inside of this mausoleum. Like, so you need to you needed to hide a leather trench coat and an eye patch in a mausoleum that's encoded with your, I don't know if it was a facial recognition or retinal. I mean, come on, go to hell, man. We're not idiots, but apparently you are. So then it goes, it moves on, and then you have this I forget, Gaia tricks Gravik into making her into this super being as well by pretending to be Nick Fury, and I mean it's just terrible. and now they've created this character that nobody ever wanted, nobody ever asked for, and it's really pissed off the whole comic book community to the point where I don't know if you can come back from this, honestly. So now Disney Plus is like basically giving the middle finger to all these people who really enjoyed the Avenger movies and everything up until this point, and now they've burnt that bridge. So Disney Plus, and I know I've said this before, I have Disney Plus. I got the 3-year package before it came out, and then I got Verizon as my internet provider, which gave me 4 years of what amounts to almost free Disney Plus. I'm not paying for this garbage once that stuff expires. Once that expires, it ain't happening. And then, I mean, especially when you look at the track record, you look at the Scarlet Witch series. I forget what it was called. I think it was Vision and Scarlet Witch. I can't remember. When that first came out, I was like, the first couple of episodes I thought were unwatchable. And as it progressed on, I kind of got into it and I enjoyed it. I mean, there's some terrible leaps of logic in that too. Then the Mandalorian series, the first 2 seasons, I don't care what anyone says, I love them. A lot of people rip them apart. The 3rd season I even kind of liked, except for some of the episodes. The one, I think it's with Lizzo, and I can't remember the actor's name, the guy who played the doctor from Back to the Future. I forget what his name is. And then you had Boba Fett, which was another like half on, half good dumpster fire. I mean, like the whole Vespa thing with the gang in Tatooine, that was terrible. It was. Then you had him riding a Rancor. I mean, the best part of that series was when they had Mando in it. Then you have Andor. I liked Andor. I thought that was good. I mean, there were a couple of iffy episodes in there too. What am I forgetting? Though She-Hulk was just, I couldn't finish the series. It was that bad. What am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting something, but whatever. So the point is, that's, I think my daughter is going to come in here, and I'm giving her the high side. I'm doing this right now. So the point is, what is going to happen to Disney Plus? The parks are now having attendance problems. Their movies are failing. Disney Plus is looking not good. They keep losing subscribers. This Secret Invasion was garbage. Their content is garbage. I mean, I don't want to see this company disappear, but we're like, of course, they're not going to disappear, but I just don't know where we're going with this. And it's, from my perspective, it's just sad. It's sad because as much as I dislike some of this content and I dislike some of the messaging, the Disney brand has a very special place in my heart and in my life, and I hate to see this happen. I really do. But that's my rant for now. I don't care if this is just garbage content. I'm putting it out anyway. I'm not going to go into what some of the new stuff that I've just run into that I'm going to put up as far as the vloggers. You'll see that when it comes out. So I appreciate that no one's listening. I appreciate that I have 2 subscribers now, and I just really enjoy complaining into this microphone and staring at myself on this computer screen. So thank you very much. And now it's time to end transmission.